Today we are going to the next topic. Before that, just I am asking some questions what we learned in the previous class. Okay, right. In the previous class, I gave some questions. Somebody sent your answers. Very nice participation. Please keep continue the type of following. So what are the questions just we discuss now? So the first question, how many seasons in Europe? How many seasons in Europe? Already we are discussing about that. In India have 3 seasons, but in Europe 4 seasons. What are they? First one is winter, right? Spring, summer, autumn season. Okay, these are the seasons in which country? Europe. Okay. Okay. Next one, which month India got low temperature? Actually, in India, the winter starts from the December up to March. But in which month receives very low temperature? Maximum students are attempt the wrong attempt. So, which month? January is got very low temperatures in India. Right? Next one. The broad trees are grown in which country? This is in the Europe. These leaves of trees grown in which country? France. Already I am saying at the time of the winter season, the broadleaf trees shed their leaves in the France. Okay. Third one is France. Fourth one. Which season the farmers ready to grow crops? This season the farmers ready to grow crops. Spring season. After winter, the temperatures gradually increasing. In that purpose, many rivers are melts and flow on the land. So that helps to grow the crops. Okay. This is the fourth one is which season? Spring season. Next one, why did the people store food items in the autumn season? In the autumn season, it is the harvesting time. Next, they are going to the winter. What is the situation in the winter? Daytime is very low, complete all seas and the water is completely in the freeze. So, in this situation, the climate is not suitable to doing any type of activities. That's why there is difficulty conditions to gathering the food in the next season. That means the winter season. After the autumn, what is the season? Winter season. So in that purpose, in the autumn season, all the people are store the food items. Like we are also the same in India. Before the rainy season, we are all store the food items or not? Yes. Like that, before winter season, we are also growing different type of food items. At the time of March, April, May, that time we are also making so many pickles and like that items we are stored at our house. Okay, that like the people in Europe also store the food items and the fat of animals and everything is stored in the autumn season. Because of that they are going to the winter. Winter is not possible to doing any type of activities. Okay, this is the work in the previous session I gave. So, maximum people are attend the class. This is no problem. Okay, now we are going to the next topic, the final topic also. Today we are going to complete the lesson. Okay, next one. What is the name of our lesson? Very good. One, Europe. Okay. In this one, today we are going to next topic is agriculture. Okay, agriculture. Mainly the people in Europe, agriculture or irrigation of crops. Main one, agriculture means different type of activities are combined in the agriculture. That means growing of crops, planting, fishing. These are all the activities in the part of agriculture. But here, the agriculture means the people doing crops, growing of crops. That means crops grow is one of the important occupation of people. But very little area in the Europe, the people grow the crops, which the plain areas only. Why? Because the maximum area in the Europe is the flat area, and another one it is covered with the snow. So it is not suitable to growing different type of crops here. Only one season, that is only in the spring season and the summer season is helps to grow different type of crops. But the autumn season and the next season, winter season is not suitable to growing of any crops. Well, because the climate conditions are not favorable to grow up crops. So, in that purpose, the people do growing very little area, only in the plains. Only in the plains, the people are interested to grow the crops. In that, in the plain areas, the people grow wheat is one of the important crop. Why? Because it is very cool area. That's why they needed the temperature, very hot temperature. That's why they wanted to heat. That's why they were grow. The wheat is one of the important crop here. Okay, that is grown in the winter season also. Why? Because the winter climate, that means the Rabi season is favored to growing of wheat. In our country also, we have how many seasons? Kharif, Rabi. Okay, and final one Jayad. Jayad is the summer crop, and the Rabi is the winter crop. Okay, Kharif is the rainy crop. That means here we are growing the paddy. And the Rabi season growing the wheat, and the Jayad season some different type of minerals. That means the low needed crops we are growing in Jayad season. Okay, like the people in Europe also in the Rabi season. Why? Because the completely the temperature is very low comparatively the hot areas. So the people are interested to grow the wheat. Wheat is one of the important crops here. And we are going to the next, Southern Europe. The Southern Europe people are interested to fruits. Already we are discussing about this point. Why? Because the Southern Europe, actually the European countries, okay, the European countries, that means it is the Southern Europe, here the Mediterranean Sea. These Southern Europe countries, that means the Portugal, Spain, France, Germany, these countries, here the Italy, and these countries are totally in the coast of Mediterranean Sea. Okay, already we are discussing. In the Mediterranean Sea is famous to growing of what? Fruits. So, the Southern European people are grow fruits. Okay, fruits is one of the important crop in Southern Europe. This is mainly grown in which country? They are asking, examiner asking. In the Europe, which countries are grow the fruits? Very here easily we can identify. Portugal. Okay, Portugal. Next to Spain. France. Okay, next one Italy. Next one Italy. These countries are grow the fruits. Why? Because these are all in the coast of Mediterranean Sea. Only one and only the reason. If the examiner asking why did the people of France, Italy, these people are grow the fruits? Because of the climatic conditions are helps to grow the fruits. Why? It is influenced by the Mediterranean climate. In that particular region, the people are grow the fruits. Okay, this is the Okay, next one. And in Russia, in some countries, the people are grow the beetroot crops. Beetroot. Yes. You know the beetroot is very helps to increasing the hemoglobin percentage in our body. Right. Is very healthiest food. Okay. Right. This beetroot is grown in eastern countries. That means here what countries here? The eastern countries. Russia, right? Norway, and these countries are grown the beetroot. Mainly here we are used the beetroot for food, but they are using beetroot is making of sugar. This is important point here. Making sugar. Okay. The European people make the sugar with beetroot. How is the beetroot helps to the people? The beetroots are used to making of sugar. Making of sugar. In which areas? Russia, Germany, Ukraine. In which countries in Europe? Making of sugar with beetroot. Which countries? Russia, Germany, Ukraine. Fruits are grown in which countries? Portugal, Spain, France, and Italy. Okay, fruits are grown in. Just two examples here. Okay, this is the that means the cropping system here. The cropping system here. Okay, what is wheat? Is the important crop in the Europe continent. This is mostly grown in which areas? Plain areas. Which is mostly grown in which areas? Plain area. Second one, fruits are another important crop. The southern European people are grown the fruits, and the most of the fruits is also there also, like the France and Italy, Spain, these countries, with the help of with the fruits, they are also make the wine also. Wine, the fruit wine also made in Europe continent. This is very world famous. Okay. Next one, beetroot. Beetroot is grown in Russia, Germany, Ukraine. The beetroot is used to making of sugar. Okay. This is the cropping system in Europe. Okay, you can understand? Okay. Right, we are going to next area. Next area, the discoveries. The discoveries in Europe. Discoveries in Europe. Are discovering the sea routes in Europe. Why? Next, discovering sea routes in Europe. Okay, discovering sea routes. Now, what is discovering? Here, first of all, we understand mainly the European people in the ancient time too. All we are discussing, agriculture is not suitable here. That's why the maximum people are depends. The maximum people are depends on the trade. That means from the ancient time to the Europe depends on the trade. The Europe depends on the trade. This is the first thing. Okay. Next one. That's why which countries? The European people trade with which countries? Mainly the eastern countries. Eastern countries in the world, like India, okay, China, Indonesia, like these countries. These countries. Is it clear? The Indian European people are depends on the trade. The people mostly trade with which countries? India, China, Indonesia, like these countries. For what? What purpose? Because of for cotton, okay, silk, and spices. For this purpose. That means these are mostly grown in these countries. countries, these are mostly available in eastern countries like that India, China and Indonesia. That's why they are needed here. So the European people from the ancient time to collecting these particular goods from these countries and purchased in the sell in the European countries. But this is helps to getting more profits. Sometimes they are getting some more times of their expenditure. Take example, they are expended 1 rupee for the collection of these goods from the India. After selling these goods, they are got 100 rupees. Nearly 100 times they are got the benefits. So the most of the people in Europe interested to trade because of getting more profits. Okay, this is the system. What another one? How they reached India and these countries. Okay, this is very very important thing of this particular area. How they reached the India and different areas. Just you see the map here. You are observe here. This is the Europe continent. Okay, this is the Europe continent. Actually, these people have two ways to reach the India. Here the India, China and these countries. Okay, here you understand. This is the Europe. These people are reached the India to the landway is one of the area through the Turkey, Iraq and Iran to Pakistan, Afghanistan to India and China. Okay, first one is the land way. They reach through the Turkey, Iraq, Iran and Afghanistan, Pakistan to India and China. Like this is one of the land way. And another way is the water way. That means sea way. Through the Mediterranean Sea. When did they reach the Mediterranean Sea? Through the Red Sea to the India. So easily they are reached. Mediterranean Sea to cross the Red Sea and through the India. Easily they are Arabian Sea. Through the Arabian Sea they are reached the India. These are the two ways. Okay, you can understand. Okay, these are the two ways. What is the first way? First one is what is the question here? How did the European people reach these India, China and Indonesia? How did they reach? They have how many ways? Two ways. First one is land way. Second one is waterway. Waterway. Land way means how they reached. This is the Europe. Okay, this is the Europe. Here the Iran and these countries, India here. They reached the land way through the Iraq and Iran to India and this. And another one is this is the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, through the Suez Canal. Okay, this is one of the land way. Second one is the waterway through the Mediterranean Sea. But what is the situation here? In the year 1453, which is very very important year in the world history, landmark year. What is that? 1453. It is caused to more changes in the world. 1453. This is very very important year. Why? Because the Renaissance also started here. We are in the next classes we will learn about that. And 1453, which is the area is used to reach the India and these countries like that. This land area. That means here. This is the area is occupied by the Turkish Sultan. That means the Turkish Sultan Constantinople was occupied by Turkish Sultan second Ahmad. And what is the situation? And second one, the Iran controlled ocean area. These two are the causes. They didn't reach the India and the European countries through the landway and waterway. First of all, the Constantinople is occupied by the Turkish Sultan. In that purpose, he completely closed the way, completely closed the landway. Second one, the Iraq gained the power over the sea, Mediterranean Sea. That's why they were also not given the route to eastern countries. That's why these two routes are closed in the year 1453. This is the landmark. Then the European people wanted to discovering different type of sea routes. Then they started. Who was the first person to discover the sea routes? Columbus. He belongs to Italy, but he worked for Spain. Why? Because the Italy kings are not interested to discovering the sea routes. In that purpose, the Spain and Portugal countries, very important countries to discovering different type of sea routes to different countries in the world. So in that purpose, the Spain king are encouraged to Columbus. Then the Columbus ready to discover the sea route to India through how they travel from the western side. Here the Spain they travel from the western side. Why? Because the land is totally closed. There is no possibility to reach. So they started from the western through the Atlantic Ocean. Nearly 3 months he was traveling in this ocean. Finally he reached some lands here, which is between the South America and North America. Then just imagine I reached the India. What do you imagine? Reached the India. That's why that area, Columbus reached which areas? Between the South America and North America regions. South America. Now it is called as West India in the present days. But that time the Columbus imagined I reached the India. That's why those people are called the Indians. They are in the red color. That's why they are called the Red Indians. Like this. But he was not reached the India. But this route is helps to discovering some more sea routes to world. Okay. So by this way, next one important person, Vasco da Gama. What is the name? Next one, Vasco da Gama. He belongs to which country? Portugal. Okay, Portugal person. In which year? 1498. May. In the month of May, he was discovered the sea route to India through the Cape of Good Hope. How? This is the map, and here he was traveling from the Portugal through the Atlantic Sea to reach the Cape of Good Hope. Here, that means the southern tip of Africa. Cape of Good Hope, and to reach the India, reason is Calicut. Okay, you can understand here. This is the Portugal, and here the South Africa, and this is the Arabian area, and this one is here the India. Okay, here this is the France and Europe. Okay, this is the Arabian area, and Iraq and Iran, this is the India. Oh, this one is the Africa. Okay, he starts from the Atlantic Ocean. He reached Cape of Good Hope. The southern tip of Africa is called the Cape of Good Hope. Then he reached to the India India. Which region? Calicut region. Calicut. Calicut. Okay, which region? Calicut. Okay, he reached the Calicut. It is he was the first person to discover the sea route to India. Then so many people are discovering some different routes. This helps to establishment of colonization. Establishment of colonization. It is caused to colonies. It is caused to colonization. When did the European people are discovering the sea routes? That time they were discovered so many land routes in the world also. So many different lands in the world also. So this is helps to occupying those areas and controlling over the areas. This is helps to colonization. Okay, this is then after the industrialization, this is helps to colonization. Then easily they are occupying different regions like that Africa, Asia and Australia, like America. Those are all the countries are occupied by the European people after the industrialization. But the route is the discovering of sea routes to different countries. Okay, what is the reason here? Why did the people are needed to discover the sea route? Because of in the year 1453, the Turkish Sultan occupied these areas. Just you see here, the France and these areas are occupied. This is one of the way. So this is closed. The landway is closed. And the Iran gained over the power on these areas. That's why these people are also, these two ways are closed to reach India and China, these countries. Here the China countries. So they wanted to need discovering the sea routes. Who starts this? Columbus is the first person, starts from the Spain in the year 1492. Nearly 3 months he was traveling the ocean. Finally he reached the West Indies Islands, which is between the North America and South America. And second one, the Vasco da Gama. He was the first person to discover the sea route to India directly. Through which area? To the South Africa region. To the South Africa Cape of Good Hope. Finally he reached the India in the year 1453. What is the question here? The discovering of sea routes to caused to colonization after time. After next years in the 17th and the 16th centuries, the industrialization was begun in Europe continent. These people are needed so many raw material, labor and markets. In that particular purpose, they were occupying these areas which is discovering by the European people after that time in the year 14th to 17th century. These are helps to controlling over the areas caused to colonization. Okay, this is the part in this particular lesson. I hope you all understand the lesson. Just next session we are going to the next part. Okay, now nearly we have 6 lessons we have completed. After the lesson is over, that's why you have to write all the important points from this lesson. I hope you all have the textbook. If anybody didn't have the textbook, please all the textbooks are available in our school. That's why you have to collect the new textbooks from our school and to follow the classes. Okay, everyone to follow the classes. It is very more important in this present situation because the schools are not open in the present time. So these classes are very helpful to getting the knowledge. Okay, thank you.